So interesting topic, self-efficacy on one side and unconditional happiness on one side. We'll start with unconditional happiness first. We're talking about unconditional happiness. We're saying happiness without conditions. We're saying happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. That's it. I don't need any conditions to be happy. So while we'll talk about unconditional happiness, we'll also have to think about why this topic has to be talked about. What's the need for this topic? And where we are missing on the unconditional happiness part and what we probably need to do about those things. So first of all, we have unconditional happiness. So unconditional happiness is basically this. So the kids, Bhagwan ka roop, as they say, are unconditionally happy. We also have that kid, the same kid, inside us. And we'll talk about this kid in the next few minutes as we talk. So where is this kid inside us? Where is this kid inside us? Where is this kid hidden, if at all hidden? And what we need to do to bring this kid out. That is the whole perspective here, right? So now, happiness. Now, there is a binary opposite of happiness, which is unhappiness. I think that's very obvious. When did this crisis come? When there is a condition applied to happiness. Now, think I bought a BMW. I was very happy, gave a party, went on a long drive, everything was great. But then 2 days later, my neighbor's son, little kid, painted on that with a stone. Right? I'm using painted because he'll not understand the importance of not doing it. But he painted. So all those scratches are there and the screeching noise is there. I'm like, oh my God, now what do I do about this? And I'm very, very unhappy because it was a BMW, for God's sake. So then that thing tells me that probably my happiness was conditioned on the basis of that. And there are innumerous examples where I am very happy about having my best food, which I shouldn't have had because I had diabetes and I had a lot of sweets. So my conditioned happiness, oh wow, a lot of gulab jamuns and a lot of rasgullas, I was very happy. And the same night, I wasn't really happy. So what do you mean by happiness? When I say I'm happy, the idea is I should be happy forever. We're like, no, life doesn't go the way we think it does. And so there will be reasons that I'll not be happy forever. And this talk is about this. You can be happy forever. Where is the missing link? What is the point? What is the whole idea? We'll talk about that. The second part is, one major reason why happiness is not there, the only reason for unhappiness is the desire that there should not be unhappiness in life. Do you agree with this? That is the point. When we think there should not be unhappiness, then there is a question mark. For example, when God sends us here, He sends, he or she, like whatever. He sends us with 2 boxes. One is a lot of sweets, let's say chocolates. Another is neem ke patte. Maybe the third one is there, a lot of lemons, the kind we saw here. Now he says, boss, enjoy life, have a good fun, but you cannot come back without finishing these. Now what happens? Okay, God, okay, we understood. I have everything, otherwise you'll not be able to come back. Okay, okay. So you go there. You go, you live a life. Now what does chocolates mean? The happy moments. The other part, the not so happy moment. Now you'll not say, okay, I have to finish the neem, so today Bhagwan may fail ho jaun. Today let me meet with an accident. Today let my partner ditch me. I'll not say that. So the neem is pending. And the chocolates, obviously they'll get over. When it is in my hands, I'll finish the chocolates. And then what God said was, you cannot come back without finishing these. So there'll be a lot of neem. What does that mean? What God does, He mixes them. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. Right? He mixes them. He says, boss, dono khana padenge because I have a binary opposite, ek minus ek, shunya. I have to create a shunya. Right? For that, happiness and unhappiness are both to be required. And as Osho says, Happiness is shallow. Sadness is what brings us to questions. Who am I? Why am I? What is this life? What am I doing with this life? That is what sadness does. Happiness doesn't do all this. Happiness is like happy. We're all the time happy. Right? So there is a place for unhappiness. But unconditional happiness is beyond that. It is either I'm having a good experience in life or I'm having a bad experience, so-called bad experience in life. I'm still balanced in the way I look at life, in the way I treat myself, in the way I treat others also. Because when I'm happy, I'll be able to treat others also properly. So that's the whole concept here. Now we'll go ahead. So we're talking of Ice Age. Yeah, it was 25,000 years ago. I know we don't have so much ice. There's a lot of garmi outside. I understand that. But this is Ice Age. We live in Ice Age now. We live in the age of information, communication, and entertainment. We do, right? Information, all the information available on the internet. All the information from people like me. So many people on YouTube, so many people otherwise. They're giving you a lot of information. In my time, if I had to maybe find the meaning of schizophrenia, and if I don't have a dictionary with me, I'll have to maybe find some rare being who would know the meaning of schizophrenia. Today, we can simply go on the net and find a meaning. Similarly, so many other things where we have a lot of information at hand. Communication across the 7 seas, as they say, we can communicate through a video call. We can do that. And entertainment, to kya hi baat karenge, na? We all know about entertainment. Now, the thing is, what is the kind of ratio I'm creating here? What is the kind of ratio? Because entertainment is important. We don't want to become geeks. We want to enjoy. But on the same hand, what is the percentage? And what is the percentage of communication and information? And of course, in the entertainment, I'm like, I think this is the recipe for unconditional happiness. You have everything today. You kids are, this generation, the youth, the Gen Z as they call, is the most blessed generation ever in mankind. Ever, ever, ever. Because the kind of information you have, the kind of communication you can do, and the kind of entertainment, sources of entertainment you have, you've got everything to enjoy life. Right? You can't complain like probably we would have done in our times. So that makes you the most blessed set of people together. But on the same hand, we need to understand this. This is a fact. More than 150 million Indians are suffering from some sort of mental health issue. And now when you go to tier 2, particularly tier 3 cities, some villages, you will see mental health is not even considered as an area of concern. If we are sad, we are sad. So this number is less. This number is actually huge. A lot of people don't even come and report. And these surveys don't happen in villages. There, they don't care. Mental health is okay. And we need to understand why this mental health issue is there. As per NHS, 1 in 5 people think of suicide. 1 in 15 people commit suicide. In the world, 8 lakh plus people commit suicide. And in India also, 1.64 lakh people last year committed suicide. But that's sad. Isn't that sad? And so many people would have tried and not succeeded. So many people wouldn't have tried, but yet they would be in some kind of depression. Being a psychologist, having treated so many people, I can very much vouch for it, that a lot of times when people come to me for counseling, I'm like, of course I can't say that, but inside I think this is not even a reason for unhappiness. This is something to do with self-efficacy. Now, who am I? Now I'll just suggest one thing. We'll come to this later. Right now, if you can write it, or anything if you can remember, how many marks you give yourself out of 100? As a person, as a male, female, as a daughter, son, as a father, mother, as any profession that you do, the country you belong to, the religion you belong to, as a neighbor, as a friend, in totality as a package, all the roles that we play, how many marks you give yourself. I don't want the number. I just want you guys to remember that, because we'll come to this later. You have to remember how many marks you give yourself right now. I'll give you a few seconds. Think about it. How many marks you give yourself right now? All right? Out of 100, of course. Now, maybe a few seconds. Think about it. It's you. It's yourself. And we'll go ahead now. So this is self-efficacy. Now, focusing on the keywords, self-efficacy is basically my belief in the ability to finish a job. My ability that I will finish my job. Now, how do you link it with self-esteem? Self-esteem is how good I think I am. Self-worth is also how good I think I am, but the difference is self-esteem is different because self-esteem can change according to the mood. Self-worth will remain as it is. Okay. So, low self-efficacy. We know FOMO, right? What happens due to low self-efficacy? One is FOMO. Second is, all the time, our parents are telling us, you hooked on to mobile. They are also, by the way, they are also hooked on to mobile. Nobody's going to talk about that. But they are also, and we are also. The reason is, somehow, sometime, I'm not happy with the environment around me, and because of low self-efficacy, I think I cannot deal with this situation, and I think, let me switch off. Switch off, how? I go into the mobile. I keep on continuously looking at the reels, I keep on doing so many other things, and my mobile gives me a platform to find a different place where I can go, because this place, I'm not liking it. For whatever reason, I'm not liking it. That is how it works. When you have low self-efficacy, when you have to do a certain amount of things, maybe due to childhood conditioning, maybe due to some other things, somehow I don't have that faith in me that I need to have. So, self-appraisal. Now that marks you gave. Remember the marks you gave. For example, you gave 70 out of 100. For example, if you in school get 70 out of 100, and you know you'll not get more than that. 66, 67 to 72, 73 is my range, and I'm happy with that. My parents also know, usse zyada number nahi aayenge. Good enough, deal with it. But when you give yourself these marks, let's say 70 out of 100, you're not giving yourself 30 out of 100. Trust me, that kid inside you that we saw is saying, why are you not giving me full marks? I'm like, no, we have weaknesses. Come on, we have weaknesses. We cannot give full marks. And this guy is a guy, when he was 8, 9, 10 months old, he walked and tried and fell down and walked and tried and fell down again and again and again. Until the time this guy didn't walk, he didn't stop. There were no self-esteem issues at that time. I'm talking of all of you. But then we grew up. Then we became intelligent. Then we downloaded a lot of apps from the so-called societal Play Store, and we said, I can't do it. This won't happen, it doesn't happen this way, etc., etc., etc. All the self-efficacy I had. The child never thought that I cannot do this. The child never thought I cannot do this. A child thought I will be able to do it. I will be able to do it. But this happened. Now, my suggestion, when you have these lesser marks, you have a problem that those lesser marks from inside you needs to be given full. Those marks have to be acquired from somewhere. And then I become an attention seeker, right? You give me 2 marks, you give me 3 marks, you give me 7 marks. And somebody says, okay, I'll give you 20 marks. Why? How? Good? How? What? You have to do this. Or something of that sort. You know, I get into all those habits. Why? Because my friends, which we call peer pressure in simple language. Why? Because I am not giving those full marks to myself. So my suggestion to you guys is perfection is equal to perfection plus imperfection. And as long as I know my imperfection, I have the right to give myself 100 out of 100. Every single one of you, irrespective of what you think of yourself, you have the right. You have been given the right by the Creator, whichever God you believe in, that God tells you, Bacha, these are the marks you've given to me. Isn't it? These are the marks I gave to that Almighty who created me. 100 out of 100. I need that. Right? Now, as long as the imperfections are there, you are supposed to give yourself 100 out of 100. That's how it is. And that's how unconditional happiness works. When my ghada is full, I can give it to other people because I have made it full. When I'm asking for others, others will say, give it back, because there were conditions applied. And then there is a problem. Then there is a problem because the conditions are applied, and there are so many areas we see around us in which we fault, we get into some problems which we don't want to. I mean, simple things like not saying no to friends. When I know I should say no, as a psychologist, let me tell you, inside you get hurt. Inside you get really, really hurt. And you need to finish this. You need to finish this by giving yourself 100 out of 100, no conditions applied. And my dear friends, myself included, we all need to work on that. It will not come by listening a lecture. You'll have to work on that. So true luxury is when I don't need anything to be happy. I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Like this little kid. I'm just happy. I have nothing to do. I'm just happy. We saw this. We'll see it again. This talk can continue for hours, but for now, I'll say thank you to all of you for listening to me, and I hope it works. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. God bless all of you.